Hi dear students, welcome back to computer science class. We have already learned how can we import modules in Python, and we have done one program in our last class, and we have created a module named area.py, and we have made use that in a new program math1.py, right? So how we have created area1.py? Just by including functions related to what finding the area of different shapes, right? Area of circle, square and rectangle, and we have what saved it as area.py, and after creating a new program, that is math1.py, we have imported area, right? Import area. Then we have made use what all the functions we have called the functions using dot notation, right? So here in this session we are going to look the other implementations. We have two more implementations using from import and import star, right? So we're going to look at these two topics in detail, and before that we have another topic, retrieving objects from a module. Retrieving objects from a module in the sense we can list all the objects which are present in a module, and we have a function named dir. Dir stands for directory. So we have a function dir which apply to a module gives name of all the objects present in a file, or name of all the objects defined in a module, right? Okay, so dir gives all the names of all that is defined in a module, all the things, all the names of all the objects that are defined in a module. And how to apply? First we have what imported area, right? We have already created a module name area, then we importing it to the program. Okay, so import area. After that we are applying the function dir. Dir we are passing area. Okay, so we are going to list out the objects or the what names which are defined in the module area just by passing area to the function dir, and this will be the result. Okay, it prints what built-ins, cache, doc, file, loader, name, and we have what we left number of other objects as well. Okay, like the functions which are defined in, like what square area, rect area, then circle area, and we'll have some more what names which will be printed out. Okay, so this is how we can retrieve objects from a file. Retrieving objects from a file means listing all the names which are defined inside a module. File in the sense module. Okay, so this way we can print out the objects present in a module. Okay, then we are moving on to what the second implementation or second way of importing, or the second construct we are using to import module to a program. Okay, so we know the second method is the first method we have used is import, right? At the time of using import, all the functions which are defined in the module will be imported to the program. All the functions in the sense all the attributes which are defined in a module will be imported to the program. And sometimes we do not want to import all the attributes present in a module. We need only some of the module or a particular attribute. Okay, sometimes we want to import only a particular attribute or only a particular subroutine or only a particular function from a module to the program. Okay, at the time we are making use of from import. You know the syntax of using from import: from module name import function name, right? From module name import function name. And here we have an example: from area import circle area. We know in the module area we have defined three functions, right? Circle area, square area and rect area. But out of those three functions we are importing only one function to the program, that is circle area. At the time we cannot use import area. At the time of using import area for importing module, all the functions will be imported to the program. Okay, but here we need only one function, that is circle area. So the statement is from area import circle area. Only circle area will be imported to the program. Okay, so then we are applying print circle area of 10. We are calling the function, and either you can call this way, print circle area of 10, or you can make use of dot notation, right? You know how dot notation works. Module name dot function name, and if you have any parameter you can pass it. Okay, so module name dot function name, and that method of calling a function is called what? Dot notation, right? Okay, so this is how we can work with from import. From import, that's the second construct using which we can import a function or some of the functions to the program, not the module completely. Okay, yeah. So we 2 points: import a particular module, and we are using this construct just for importing a particular module, not all the modules. Then modules having a large number of functions. Okay, when we are using this construct, the second method, when we have a large number of functions in a module and we do not want to import all the functions to the module, means to the program, at the time we can import some of the functions. Okay, we can import some of the functions or a particular attribute or a particular function to the program. At the time we are using this construct, that is our second construct. Okay, so when we want to import a particular module from a number of particular attribute, when we want to import a particular attribute, a particular function from a number of functions in a module, we are making use of this. Okay, and we know we are using this construct at the time when we have a number of functions in the module and we do import only some of the functions or a single function. Okay, so this is all about the second method of importing functions or a module to the program. Okay, and here we have the third one, third function or the third construct or the third method. Okay, that is from import star. We know import star import all the attributes to the namespace of another module. We know import star or from import star will import all the attributes, just like import. Okay, just like the first construct, it imports all the attributes in a or present in a module to the namespace of another module. And which one is not recommended, which one is not a good recommended method, as it may result in namespace pollution. Okay, there may be a number of files will be attached to the namespace. Okay, so which is not that recommended method. Plus if we do this method, if we follow this method, what happens is there will be variables or functions having the same name or attributes having the same name, so it may result in overriding of, suppose we have a function or a variable name A and which is present in the namespace as well. At the time what happens is it may be overridden, so we may not access all the variables. Okay, all the variables means variables having the same name, so it may result in confusion, so it may be overridden. Okay, overriding means suppose we have two A's, the first A may be overridden by the second A. That's what overriding is. Okay, so we may not get access to the first A, we get access to only the second A. Okay, so anyway we have to use first A and second A. That is why we have created it, right? So we should we must have the access to both A's, right? So overridden must not be there. Okay, in this example, in this case. Okay, so from import star, that's a third method. Import everything from a file, import all the attributes from a file, and import all definitions into namespace of another module. Okay, it import all the attributes or all the definitions from a file or from a module, and it imports all the definitions into namespace of another module. Okay, and it may result in namespace pollution. That is why it's not that recommended method. Okay, then object definition results in overriding. Okay, and here we have the example from area import star. From area import star, it's like import. Okay, the first method. Then from area import star, from the module area import star, we are applying import star. Okay, then we are calling print circle area of 12, print square area of 20, rect area of 20, 10. Okay, which means means all the attributes of area will be accessible, will be available here in this example, or here in the namespace. Okay, plus we can call it directly. We can call the functions in the module, imported from the module directly. Okay, but we have as we have seen in the cases, in the previous cases, in the previous constructs, we are using dot notation. Here the specialty is we can call it directly, and we can call it directly as well as we can import all the attributes, right? Okay, so access to all the functions and access functions directly. Okay, so these are the different ways of importing modules into a Python program or into the namespace of another program. Okay, and another module. Okay, so let's have a quick revision. What actually a concept is importing module from a means importing module, importing Python module. Okay, so to a program. So there are three methods of importing modules. One is import. Import imports all the attributes, all the functions from a module to the program. Okay, or to another module. Then second method is from import. What? From import. Okay, and from import, from area import circle area, right? So when we have a number of functions and we do want to import only some of the functions or a single function, we can use this method. And when we have a number of functions in a module, we can make use of this method. Okay, then import a particular attribute. And the third method is of course import star. It import all the attributes from a module to the namespace of another module. All attributes, in the sense all definitions, will be imported too. Okay, and here is example. Here is an example from area import star, and here you can see all the functionalities or all the attributes of area will be imported to the program or to the namespace of another module. So it is not widely recommended method of importing module, as it results in a namespace pollution, as well as method or function or variable overriding may also be there. So it's not that widely recommended. Okay, anyway, we get access to all the functions, plus we can call the functions or access the functions directly, plus we have a function dir, and when we apply it to a module, what happens is it lists out all the objects present in that module. And here in this example, first we have imported area and we have passed area to dir function, and these attributes or names will be printed out. Okay, so this is all about importing modules from a means importing modules in Python. Okay, importing Python modules. We can conclude the topic just by applying all the three constructs on a sample module named test. Okay, yeah, the first one is applying import. We know the statement is import test. Here the module name is test. Okay, so we are applying the first construct, the first method of importing modules to the program. Okay, to another module. So import test, we know all the attributes or all the functionalities of the module test will be imported to the program. Okay, and reference to module test in the current calling program or namespace, that is a reference will be created. A reference to test will be created in the current calling program. That is what namespace is, right? So test.name can be used to access the attributes in name or the functions in test, right? Functions in test. Here test is the module name, and name stands for name of the function or name of the attribute, right? Okay, so test.name, that is what applying dot notation. Simply that's what dot notation is. So applying dot notation, you can call the functions available in the module test. Okay, so applying import test, actually what happens is a reference to test, a reference to attributes present in the module test will be created. Okay, will be created in the current working or calling program, that is what namespace is. A reference to test in the current calling program or namespace, and using test.name you can call the attributes or functions in test. Okay, here is our okay. And suppose we are calling we are importing multiple modules. Import test1, test2, test3. What is the difference between first and second? In the first import statement we are importing only one module, right? But in the second statement we are importing three modules. Test1, that's the first module, test2 second module, and test3 third module. Then how can you access it? Just like you're applying dot notation, right? So module name dot name, that is like test1 dot name for the attributes in test1. For test3, what will be that? Test3 dot name. Okay, test2 dot name. Okay, so the only difference is you have to use module name at the time of accessing the functions available in that module. Okay, then our third one, that is using from star, right? From import. Okay, from test import t1, t2, t3. What is that? A reference to t1, t2, t3 will be created in the current calling program or the namespace. Okay, that is here T1, here test is the module name, and T1, T2, T3 are the functions available in test. So uses T1, T2, T3 without specifying module name. Here we can call it directly. Okay, as we have seen in our previous example, you can access T1, T2, T3 directly. Okay, or using dot notation also you can access it. Access T1, T2, T3. Okay, and our last one, from import star. From test import star, we know all the attributes present in test will be imported to what? The current calling program or the namespace, and it gives access to all the functions. Okay, and we can access it directly. Here name is enough. Name is enough in the sense module name should not be specified, need not be specified. Okay, module name is not required at the time of calling the functions available in that module. That is, test.name is not required, as it is what accessed directly, as there is possibility of accessing it directly. Okay, then when we are working with module, either with what built-in module or user-defined module, a compile file will be generated and stored permanently in hard disk. That is a compile file. Suppose we are working with user-created module. After running it, after executing it, a compiled file will be created and will be saved in the hard disk permanently. Okay, you can, that is why we could access it in the future, or for other programs or for other modules. Okay, so this is all about modules or importing modules in Python, and we have seen number of examples also. Okay, hope it's somewhat very simple and very clear to you. Okay, import test, importing one module, and reference to test will be created in the current calling program or the namespace, and we have to use module name.name. Okay, then test1, test2, test3. Instead of calling one module, we are importing how many? 3 modules. Okay, to the program. The only difference is here we have only one, here we have 3. Okay, then third one is from test import T1, T2, T3. We know test is the module name, and T1, T2, T3 are the functions. Okay, you can call it directly. You can make use of or access the functions T1, T2, T3 directly. Okay, even without using dot notation. Okay, then from test import star, all the attributes present in test module will be imported to the program or to the current calling program. That's what namespace is. And name is enough. Name is enough in the sense module name should not be specified, need not be specified. Okay, then when we are working with module, what happens is a compiled file will be created and stored permanently in the hard disk. Okay, so this is all for the time being. You just practice it. Okay, as much number of times as possible. Okay, all the kind of what importing methods. Okay, you create your own module, and using inbuilt module, built-in module, so you can work on it. Okay, so hope the concept is very clear to you, understandable to you. So this is all for the time being. Thank you for watching. Have a nice time. See you in the next video.